Welcome to the Planet Pearl video tutorial, Entrelac Part 4, Right Edge Triangles. So let's see where we are so far according to our chart. We have our bottom triangles here, a left edge triangle, and two wrong side rectangles. So we still need to fill in the bottom here along this edge where we have slipped stitches. So let's take a look. We've got those 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes done. So now box 7 is a right edge triangle. And if you follow along in your universal directions, you'll see we're still working in yellow, so we're still working on the wrong side. So we see our next edge presents with slip stitches. So we are going to pick up and purl our magic number. Now when you're working on the bottom triangle, the last stitch there is going to be the slip knot from your cast on, and it's going to be virtually impossible to separate it from the first stitch. So I usually just pick up that first corner as well. You won't have that problem when you're working higher up in the rows, but on this first row, you might have to pick up very close to the needle for that first stitch to get them evenly done. So we'll be back to having 15 stitches back on the needle again in 3 groups of 5. And we're just going to work the 5 stitches for the rectangle, those last 5 stitches that we just picked up. So there's our magic 5. So following along on the right edge triangle, we're going to start knitting, and we're going to knit 1 less than the magic number. And then we're going to slip that stitch, leaving the yarn in back. Remember, because we're working on a knit side. So just leave the yarn where it would naturally fall. And then we're going to purl to the last 2 stitches of the triangle. And we're going to purl those 2 together. All right, so here we've started. You see the knitting is going in the right direction. It's going slanting toward the right. And now we only have 4 stitches left because we decreased 1 and we didn't increase any like we did on the other edge. So we're going to be now working the 4 stitches. And once again, we're going to knit to the last stitch of the triangle, which is now only 4 stitches. And we're going to slip purlwise with the yarn in back and turn around. I'm following along in the instructions. You're going to purl back to the last 2 stitches and then purl 2 together. So now we have every 2 rows, we have 1 less stitch in the triangle. So we're going to knit to the last stitch of the triangle, which at this point we only have 3 stitches. We slipped the stitch and we're going to purl back, purling the last 2 stitches together. Well, if you can get both stitches on the needle. And if you have the trouble I'm having, you probably need more coffee. So make sure you're getting it through the stitch. There you go. And purl those 2 together. So when you turn it around, you see we're down to 2 stitches. but we're going to keep following the instructions, right? So we're going to knit the first stitch and slip the second one. We're going to turn the work around and we're going to knit 2 together. So all of our stitches are now on 1 needle. We have this 1 stitch left from the triangle, and then the magic stitches, 5 of for each of the rectangles and that first triangle. And we're good to go for our next set of steps, which let's look at our map here. And you'll see we've now completed that entire row of yellow. And now we're going back to our red and right side rectangles. Chelsea's a pacifist and refuses to take sides. Right side, wrong side, all sides are good for her. Come visit us soon at planetpurl.com.